And I remember that night, a previous week before that prophecy, the angel of God had taught me something about who we are as Kenyans. And it was based on our national anthem. Our national anthem that says, E Mungu nguvu zetu. So the Lord told me he is no longer the strength of Kenya. Another God has been given mandate over Kenya. I repeat, it was from our national anthem that this vision came. The angel of God appeared to me and asked me, what is the national anthem of Kenya? Then I started singing it. Then in Swahili. Then when I started singing the national anthem, then he told me, now, I want you to know that the God who has been the shield of Kenya is no longer the God of Kenya, because Kenya has been sold to a higher demon. Now, look at this. When an angel tells you that we are no longer custodian of this country, it has been sold to another God. To another God. Getting the point?
Yeah.
And I asked the angel, why has it been sold? For what? You know, it made me angry to hear that. Actually, I was angry in the dream. And I asked the angel, why has it been sold? The answer was accurate. I never spoke about it, but now I'm speaking today. The angel told me, because whoever has sold the nation want the change of the nation economically. So the person was deceived by signing a contract with this higher demon in Pacific Ocean, to be particular, to be specific. In Pacific Ocean. You know, when you stand on the altar there, you pass the message, but there's some information you keep. You know, and like now where we're seated, I can speak more of what I didn't speak then, because that has been the character of God. He will allow you to speak messages depending with the platform. So this contract came as a result of development. Why Kenyans are suffering today is because of development. The government got into a contract with a higher demon for development.
And you've said deceived. Does this mean that they did not know?
The person who was sent to make the negotiation and the team, they did not know the consequences. One problem with the kingdom of darkness, they show you the light, but they don't show you the darkness. You want a car? Good. That is the car. So they will show you the car at the showroom, but they will not tell you the price. And if they tell you the price, they make the price to look like not a big deal until you enter fully into the contract, and there's no reversal. The kingdom of darkness has nothing like reversal. And we have gotten into this, oh no, I don't like it, I'm going back. There is nothing like that.
Once it's done, it's done.
Once the deal is done, it's done. It's biblical. I can prove it. Judas Iscariot returned the money, but they did not take the money. And not taking the money did not mean now they will leave Jesus. Because all they wanted was show us Jesus and hand over Jesus to us. And they did not tell Judas Iscariot they were going to do Jesus what he saw. Because if Judas Iscariot was fully part of it, why did he commit suicide? He was deceived. You know what, Judah? Just show us Jesus. We'll not harm him. We just want to interrogate him, find out these powers he's using, and is it really coming from heaven? Is it from God? And if it is from God, then we are going to support Jesus. But after they got hold of Jesus, the narrative changed. That's why Judas Iscariot returned the money. His eyes opened. He realized this thing was written, that it was to take place, and I am the one who has done it. No. Take back your money and leave him. I don't want to be part of this. But did they tell him? Our business is
done.
So devil is always and will always be like that. That is him. Get into business with him at your own risk. He will give you what you want. but he will not tell you what he wants.
The consequences.
Devil will give you anything you want, but he will never tell you exactly what he wants. But his mission is one. Once you get into a contract with him, there is no reversal. There's nothing like, devil, I didn't mean this, I didn't know you will come up with this. Devil will always tell you, I gave you what you wanted, now I'm just taking what I wanted. I didn't tell you what I wanted. We discussed on what you wanted. I gave you the bill, I paid what you wanted, but now it is what I want. So if you got it and you are happy, let me also get mine and be happy. So these people didn't know the consequences of the contract they went to sign, but they went. And even if they are watching me right now, they know I am speaking the truth. They know I'm speaking the truth, because even here I can tell them the date they went, the time they reached, and how the place they went to look like. And the people went therefore. Then later now the president brought the contract agreement. He signed it. Now one thing that president, and if he's watching me, he better watch and understand. And I will remind you, Mr. President, when you signed it, you put your left hand on an ink that was red, and you were told to press on the paper. That was human blood. So what is eating Kenyans today? Go back and remember. And as I've always said, this country has prophets. But from the time of the ancient time, prophets were never found in Jerusalem. They could only come to Jerusalem to pass the message. They were living in caves, and that's the prophets of God. So prophets are not high priests who are putting on golden clothes and what. No. So the problem with this nation, they don't know how to differentiate prophets and priests. There is no special garment for a prophet. But priests, they had special garment with golden stones and 12 stones and precious stones. So they were clothing in a certain manner of honor. Prophets, they don't have honor. That's why probably some prophets are in this country and they are rubbished, like, who is who and who knows you and where have you, those kind of questions, But I believe Kenya has real true prophets. Real true prophets. And that's why I always tell people, I'm not the only one. We are many. But one thing I know is that we know each other. That I meet a prophet, take me seconds, and I'll tell you that is a prophet. I meet a fake one, it'll take me seconds, I'll tell you that one, that one, kuna tu venye, So let's put away things of prophets. So that is how the genesis of what that message is all about. So the angel told me, the nation has been sold to a higher demon. Reason is development, infrastructure. That's why when our government came in, the narrative of hustle had changed, and there was a time now you are being told, even if you have dollar, sell it quickly, sell it dollar. Remember? How many people remember that? Look at this. Kenyans, we need to look at this. Dollar is a global currency. Yes. And even the well-developed countries, there are those well-developed countries which are still trading under dollar. Now look at Kenya and where it is and its position economically. Then someone tells you, you better sell your dollars. Very soon, dollar will be useless. And you are talking of a currency of the very people sponsoring you. Don't you think there is some deceitfulness somewhere? Yeah. Someone is being cheated, or someone is cheating. Yeah. There are two things here. Either someone has been cheated,
someone is cheating,
or someone is cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating somewhere. Either someone has been cheated or someone is cheating. So those were the marks that Kenyans needed to have looked into. Then all of a sudden, look at where the dollar had reached before the contract was signed, because the contract was still under the process of signing. Immediately the contract was signed, an agent was sent to open the gate for the demon. And it's not any other agent, it is Ben-Hinn. You know, I can't be a prophet in Kenya and I also sit to deceive my people. There are two things. It's either you are Prophet Zachariah who want to go in bed with King Ahab, or you are Micaiah who is ready to go to prison, but you speak what the Lord has shown you. So there are only two options here. It's either you are a prophet who want to dine with King Ahab, or you are not on the side of King Ahab, you're on the side of God. Yeah. And you speak what God has shown you. So immediately Ben-Hinn came. The narrative was healing of the nation. Who was going to heal the nation? There are video where I told Ben-Hinn, stop this nonsense of yours. These are lies, and you will know in Kenya here we have prophets. And we'll pray until you have no peace until you confess. Later Ben-Hinn confessed that some of the prophecy he has been giving their lies. So this is someone who is confessing some of the prophecy he has been giving are lies, and this is the very person who has come to heal the nation.
The nation, yeah.
So if he is confessing of his sins, did he heal the nation? No. So it means something was being cooked.
Yeah.
But how was this thing successfully done? Soldiers, they guard our borders, not our gates. Our KDF, they guard our borders, not the gates. So who are the people guarding the gates? The spiritual men. The problem of the children of Israel was not Pharaoh. It was the magicians that were serving Pharaoh. That's why God had to deal with powers, 9 different powers that had chained the children of Israel before dealing with Pharaoh. So the gatekeepers are men and women of God that God addressed this nation, and this thing has been passed. Now, how was this one successfully done? Our men and women of God, they got into bed with State House, and then the meeting was done at Nyayo Stadium. Ben-Hinn is a very powerful preacher that his meeting was supposed to be done at Kasarani. But why was he taken to Nyayo? Because a spirit had to come in, and the spirit of the nation had been Nyayo. Kibaki did not change the spirit of the land. Uhuru did not change the spirit of the land. Moi did not change the spirit of the land. The spirit of the land was sent by the first president of Kenya, together with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and other legends. And the spirit was Nyayo. And that's why you people were introduced to a chanting, Harambe, Nyayo. Harambe, Nyayo. And then because names have power, the name Harambe has a similarity with an Indian deity. So they became clever. They said, we have no associate with Indian deity, so we are creating our own spirit with power. So the spirit of Harambe will be togetherness, and Nyayo means pushing it forward. Nyayo, steps.
Yeah, steps.
So they quoted it from the Bible, the feats of Joshua. That's why you see there was an election, Raila Amolo Odinga says he's Joshua. You know, for us as prophets, we can tell where something is coming from and where it is heading to.
Yeah.
So that was the spirit that the land had. Kenyan spirit was Nyayo. Now, because a spirit must dwell somewhere, that is why the spirit was dwelled at Nyayo Stadium. At Nyayo Stadium. Yeah. Now that's why Ben-Hinn chooses Nyayo Stadium. Our bishops and our fathers in the city, they didn't see these things. But because we are too little in the city to speak, you raise a voice, somebody will ask, who are you? Who knows you? How many vehicles do you have? Which is your TV channel? You know, those are the questions. Kenya is the only land that God, if God dare use a poor man to take a message, he will have a difficult time. Because before Kenyans hear your message, they have to look at you. Who are you? Who is your spiritual mentor? Which church did you come from? You are under which bishop? Those are the things they will look at. You know, so all these things, when they were taking place, God was revealing to some people. But even if he reveals to us, the obstacles are so many, from the system of the government and to the church. From the system of the government to the church. So the Benny Hinn thing, in short, it opened the first gate. Now after Benny Hinn, the foundation of it, you need to know something. That even if you make a business with America, any spiritual treaty with America, American also they submit under the British. There is something that people have never known, spiritual. There is no meeting you can do with an American if it doesn't go to the British chamber. Because Americans themselves, they were subject to Britain. So the second move becomes what? King Charles is coming to Kenya. So you see the pattern spiritually. And all these things, we warned the Kenyans. We spoke as prophets. We said, men and women of God, children of Kenya, be aware of this. Keep off from this. But who can listen to you? Who can? Who will listen to you? Nobody is willing to listen to you.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you got it, you spoke, the blood is not upon your hands. But even if the blood is not upon your hand, you are part of the people who are going to suffer.
Yeah.
So you feel the pain.
Yes.
And so the contract was sealed. After the contract was sealed, what is happening today? The God, Elohim, Yahweh, the one who was the owner of Kenya, the one who was shortchanged, is fighting for his throne.